Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Programming with Gautam. So until in the previous video, we have seen about how to add the data to the database. So today what I have done is I have created a new project called DJ9 and I have called as App9 and I have created the project successfully and I have created the edit and delete commands as well. So let me tell you first what I have done. I have imported OS in settings.py here. After that I have gone to URLs. I have created this particular view here, that is a main view. So also called as show index. In show index I have not done anything much. I've just returned a render function with request and index.html. In index.html I have extended that common.html here. In this common.html I have given a style sheet, that is employee style.c_style.css, and given few styles here. I have inherited those styles here by using it here. That is, I have used call span here and id is equal to title here. Let me remove the background color here. So here I have given the color text color as yellow here. So in the common.html for this title, the color should be yellow actually. So let me run this project now. So I'll open this in Edge temporarily. So you can see it is showing programming with Gautam here. So I have not given any background color. So if I give background color here, and just refresh this, so I'm not getting that particular background color. So that is the reason I have to again go to Chrome. So in Chrome also we are not getting the background color here. So because there are some cookies and cache files that are already available, so because of that the CSS code will not be updated accordingly. So for the CSS code to be updated, we need to clear the cache of that particular thing and all. So here we are able to see the background color as red and programming with Gautam here in Mozilla Firefox here. So when I go back to Edge and refresh the page again, still it is not showing me here. So when I go to this settings, clear, yeah, I'll clear everything here. So when after I've cleared here, I just let me refresh. Then you can see it is updated here. Only because it is already available in the cache, it is not refreshing here. Okay. So still in Google Chrome, if I refresh also, this will not be updated because the code is already available. It is already cached there because I have done it previously with that, so that is already cached there. So here there is one class called as menu class here and ID called as copyright here. The same thing I have used here. That is, I have used the title here, ID called as title here for programming with Gautam, and class menu for home, and class menu for add new employee, and class menu for view all employees. Similarly, after in the I have used this copyright with @programming with Gautam as copyright, this ID as copyright for this particular text here, as you can see. Okay. Now, after I have done this, I have opened a block tag in between the copyright and the view all employees thing. In this block, I have given some text, that is, I have given it an image called as 001.jpg. So this is the 001.jpg image that I have here, that is being appeared here, as you can see. So what is messages, I'll be telling you further, guys. Since and also I have written a if condition here. If there is any message, that will show, otherwise it will this will be shown by default. Okay. So after that, after this index.html, I have created a new HTML file called as add employee.html. So in this, I have taken three fields, that is the ID number, name, and salary. I have removed the designation here. Instead of designation, I have given the ID number here because it will be easy to fetch and store the data. because the ID number is unique for each and every employee here. So in this, I have given a save underscore emp as URL here. What is the save underscore emp? So in the save underscore emp URL, I have fetched the data, that is, I have taken the data, whatever the user enters here, that is the ID number, name, and salary. So here the minimum ID number is 101 here, and it is all the fields are required here mandatorily. And I have given the few names for each and every input type that I have taken. So for the ID number, I have taken the name as T1. For the name, I have taken the name as T2. For the salary, I have taken the name as T3 here. So similarly, I have taken this input and stored it in this variables temporarily. After storing it, I have returned this data to the database. That is, ID number is equal to ID, name is equal to NA, and salary is equal to SAL, and saved it to the database. After that, I am showing this message as the registration is successful. So if this particular message is available, then in index.html, this particular code will execute. If there is no message here, that is, this particular message is not available, then this particular message will not execute here. Okay. So what is main? So here I have given the name as main here. So this show index will execute if after this is the data is stored successfully to the database here. Okay. So after this, what I have done is I have created another HTML page called as allemployees.html. So in this, I have given a style tag here, that is, I have taken some head, one and something, and I've given the data here. So here I've taken, so before I tell about this thing, let me make migrations and migrate to that particular database. So here the database name is emp.sqlite3. So let me make changes to the database. .py make migrations. Okay. Now Python manage.py migrate. So since I have written the migrate spelling is wrong here, it is asking me if that is right. So let me correct it. So you are able to see emp.sqlite3 is available here now. Okay. So when I go to view all employees, so I'm not able to see anything here. Okay, because I have not entered any employees information here. So let me add an employee here. I'm adding the employee as Gautam with the ID number as 101, name as Gautam, and salary as 10,000, and saved it. So you can see it has redirected me to the main page, that is the home page, and showing me registration is successful. So in index.html, as we have given this particular message, it is redirecting us to this particular message and showing us this particular message here, that is message.success, registration is successful. Okay. So when I go and click on view all employees, I am able to see 101 Gautam 10,000 update and a delete icon here. Okay, so let me tell you how I have done that. So yeah, all employees.html. So this is the page that I'm talking about, guys. So here we have add ID number, name, salary, update, delete. ID number, name, salary, update, delete. So after that, x.id number from data. So what is data? So data is nothing but view all. From this view all, employee.objects.all to all employees.html, we are sending this as data in the form of result. So what does result contain? The result contains employee objects, that is from this particular model, it contains the ID number, name, and salary. Okay, so that is what we are showing here: ID number, name, and salary. So this particular for loop executes for the number of fields in that particular database or table. So since there is only one table here, this particular for loop is being executed for one time here. Okay. After that, so I have given, see, in this example, we are sending data in hidden fields. So in this particular button, I have sent the data as in the form of hidden. So when I go and on update, you can see there is nothing popping up here or thing. So that is when I go on delete, you can see there is something that's appearing here. Just observe, guys. So it is going to delete and number equals to 101. So what is update actually? So let me show you about the update. So in this update, I have taken the ID number as request.get command with T1. So as I've told you, there are two types of methods, that is post and get method. So in this get method, we need not specify the method here, whereas when we are giving in the form of post method, we need to specify it clearly here. Where is that? Yeah, as you can see, here we have given the post method, so we are specifying it here. So here we are not giving any method because we are using the get method here. So here I'm sending this particular value, that is x.id number for. So this x.id number is unique for every update button, as you can see. So this for every x.id number here, the button the x.id number is same here for both the places, in both the places. For example, I'll add another employee here, 102, name as Vikas and salary as 20,000, and click on save. So the registration is successful here. When I go and view all employees, so just observe here, guys, when I click on update here, the ID number that is going is 101 because it is in the same for loop. When the for loop is executing for the first time, we have the 101 Gautam, 10,000 update and delete. So in the update, we have the value as 101 here. So when I click on update, it will redirect to me to this particular page where I will not be able to update the ID number. The ID number is not editable. Whereas I can update the name and I can update the salary here. Instead of giving 10,000, I'll give 1 lakh here. And I have changed the name from Gautam to Gautam K. And when I click on here save, it will again redirect me to save view all employees page here. Okay. So when I in the similar way, when I click on update for 102 ID number, I can see I'm not able to edit this particular ID number here, even if I click the backspace here. So hope you are not able to see this. So let me open on-screen keyboard. So here I have the on-screen keyboard, guys. So when I'm clicking on this, I'm not able to do anything. Even if I press backspace, I'm not able to do anything, as you can see. So when I click on Vikas and press backspace, you can see I'm able to edit that. So I'll change this to Vikas B. Okay, and I'll change the salary to 2000 here and click on save here. I'll just press enter here. You can see it is automatically updated. Vikas B 2102. Okay. So what is the logic behind this? What I have done? So let me close this, minimize this on-screen keyboard and go back to this particular page. So in the show update, I have not done anything much here. I have just taken the input from the user, that is taken this particular input, that is I have fetched this data x.id number and taken it as the name as T1 here and sent it to views.py. From views.py, I have sent the same data, that is this particular value to update.html. So in this update.html, we have again 3 values. So that is the data.id number, data.name and data.salary. So these are always unique for each and every value. So for this particular value to be read only, I have given the value as read only here. Only then the user is only able to read that. He will not be able to edit that particular thing there. Okay. In the same way, I have not given read only for this particular that is the name and salary. So the user is able to update it accordingly. Okay. So here also I have extended this common.html because that is called as the boilerplate code, which I am using it in multiple places here. So after that, I have I think I've completed all here. So I'll go back to all employees.html here. I've not told you about this particular delete button. So this delete button is also same like the update thing. So here also we are giving the x.id number here, as it is unique for every for loop, every instance. It is same for it is unique for every instance here as well. So I'm sending this particular x.id number in the URL here. As you can see, I'll click on save here. When I go on the delete button here, you can see there is something that is appearing here. Just observe, the URL will be appeared here. As you can see, the URL here is 10127.0.0.1 is to 8000 oblique delete oblique question mark number equals to 101. So when I click on delete, the record will be deleted automatically. So how is that happening? So I'll go to delete URL here, delete employee function here. In this, I've done nothing here. I've just taken number equals to request.get number. So in this, we are given the number equals to x.id number. So the same number I'm taking here in the views.py here. In this, I'm fetching this particular number and assigning it to the local variable number here. And then in that, I'm checking if that particular number is available in the database. If that is available, I am asking the system to delete it and redirect me to this viewAll function. So the viewAll function is showing us the data that is available in the database. That's it. So as I've already told you about the update employee, it is updating the records according to our requirement. So when I click on update employee, it is fetching this particular data, that is the number, name and salary for that particular ID number, and then we are updating that by using the update.html page here. Okay. So this is all we have done, guys. So this is just a small project that I have done, and since the time was being wasted much in the coding and all, I've just coded the project successfully and showed it to you by changing the data, making migrations and migrating the data here. So similarly, I'll add the username ID number 101 back here, Gautam, and I'll give the salary as 10,000 and save here. In the same way, I'll add another employee 103, name as George, and salary as 15,000, 16,000 or 15,000 I think. And I'll add another employee 104, name as PWG, salary as 18,000, save. Add new employee 1. So I don't remember which ID number I gave last. So I'll go back to view all employees. So I have given till 104 here. So I'll give 105, name is equal to Vijay, and salary as 22,000 here, and click on save. So that the registration is successful for that employee as well. So when I go back to view all employees, I am able to see all the data accordingly. So as you can see, this delete button I have given small, guys. So let me change, just increase the size of that particular button here, 20. So here, as you can see, I have given an image that is source images.delete.html. So this is the image that I have used here. Okay. So just let me refresh it. You are able to see the image successfully in a proper way here. So when I go and update, I'm not able to see any hyperlink here. As you can see, this particular page, you observe this particular page, place. When I go on update, I'm not able to see anything here. Whereas when I go on delete, you're able to see some URL that is to be shown there. So when I click on delete, it will just go to that particular URL, delete that code, and redirect me to this particular page only. Okay, so this is how we e- enter the data in the database, edit the data take the data from the database, edit it, and delete it, guys. Okay, so guys, if you would like to have a look at this particular project, completely the source code and all, how I have done it, you can just download the project from my GitHub profile, which is in the description box. You can just download the particular project. Just download it and open it through PyCharm. And once you open it to PyCharm, just make migrations and migrate. After that, you'll be able to view the project completely, and you can use the project according to your requirement. Okay. So hope you have understood, guys. If you have understood, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Programming with Gautam. Thank you.